Microphone. Because apparently my...
Now we're up to 8 watching.
Hi! Now you can hear us.
Hi! I can see us on the screen.
That was unnecessarily loud of me, but I said it anyway. Hello!
I really like this setup, guys. So I don't know how you feel about it at home, but...
Yeah.
This is us at the Arts Market.
Yeah, we temporarily, maybe permanently, depends on what y'all think, but at least temporarily moved.
We did.
Over a room. Like, this is where we originally were before we got a camera.
Our very first, yes. And it was also really ugly back then.
Oh,
it
yeah.
didn't have the cool wall, and there was just this huge monster pile of boxes.
Yep.
And we just kind of put our stuff on top of the boxes and run the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty great. And now a year and a month later or so, we're back here.
Yep.
And we're thrilled to have you guys here with us at Spicoli's Arts Market. So thanks, guys.
Yeah.
And we're welcoming Alex Miller.
Hello.
Yay!
And this is not his first time on our show.
No.
This is his third time, I
Yep.
believe.
I was kidnapped once.
Yes, that was a good time. We enjoyed that one.
Not legitimately.
I mean, there was a lack of consent. So.
Yeah, he was already here dropping stuff off. I'm like, we're about to do the show. You want to join us? And he's just like you're gonna do the show with us.
As you guys, for those of you who are following along at home and listening to the music, which showcases local bands like Zachary Daniels Band and Illegal Smile and others, this is the gift shop and museum preview. And it's kind of neat for me to see ourselves on the screen here and see the comments off to the side while looking at the wall that Caleb Brown and Dana Zick and myself put together over about exactly a year ago. So we moved in here June 1st, and somewhere between June 1st and July 1st, we put this wall together, and I don't have the exact dates.
Has it really been over a year?
It has, and today was the day that I announced the Bunker Business Co-op being an actual entity as a legality, and I've signed another lease. So welcome to the museum preview and gift shop, my friends.
Yay!
Yay!
Gavel
of appreciation.
Yeah.
So those of you at home, can you hear us okay? Because we are spread out a little bit farther than usual. We're in a smaller space than usual, and we have the one mic. So if you could let us know if you can hear us, we will jump into this auction and start talking about Alex's art.
Do we or do we not sound like shit? That is the question of the day.
In addition to, can you hear us?
Yes.
Right.
If you can hear us, does it sound okay? But yeah, we got quite a bit of art to sell, so we're not gonna dawdle too long. All pieces are made by this dude right here, Alex Miller, and it is pretty much some of the items are new, like two new items.
Yay!
But the rest of them have been shown in our show at least once, and I own one of them, and so I'm pretty happy to be able to say that. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Make sure that if you want to bid on a product, make sure that you are logged into a Google account with YouTube, because YouTube will not let you comment without a Google or without being logged in. It'll let you watch. It'll let you look, but not touch. That's basically that's basically the best way to put it.
Lewis and Caleb let us know that the audio is good and we sound great.
Awesome.
So,
thanks, guys.
I appreciate that you guys can see the background. I think it actually looks pretty good. The weird lines from the window or whatever, we might play with that another time. But I'm actually excited about this view. So
I can dig it.
I'm digging it. All right, well, let's kick us off into the corner and look at some badass art.
All right.
Tell some badass jokes.
Hang on.
Or just bad jokes, whichever.
Yeah, that was my bad. I hit a wrong hotkey apparently. But yeah, we got quite a bit of stuff. We're gonna go right ahead through it, and I think we're starting off with a brand new item.
Yay!
Starting off with that new. So we got this is based around Apex, the video game, if I'm not mistaken. Alex, can you tell us a bit about this one?
Oh, cool! I haven't seen this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I not a whole lot to say about this one. It's it's the logo, but I kind of did it in my style.
Yeah.
And it's pretty symmetrical. I like that. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
I didn't really have a whole lot to say about this one. I just kind of made it, whipped it up.
Sure.
Sold to my friend who plays way too much, and
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and then I thought this looks good enough to make
Was it a commission for
prints.
him or a gift for him, and then you turned it into a print?
He said, yeah, he's like, hey, I like Apex and I want something Apex related. And I said, how about that? And
he said, heck yeah.
I said, yep. And then I thought this looks good enough to make prints of.
It does.
Yeah, so
But do you guys
that's
know,
that. That one's...
do you play Apex at all?
Me, I do not. I have a lot of friends that do, and I've thought about playing because it is free. It's kind of like it's in the same, like, it's a different style game, but it's in the same like context of like Fortnite and stuff like that, where it's a free shooter game you can download like on your Xbox or whatever. And so it's like I've seen it played a bunch of times and it looks fun, but I haven't played it myself.
Alex, Lewis would like to know: do you bathe in the bluff? Bluff? I don't know. I think he means buff, but maybe he means bluff.
Oh man, I don't know. I played like 3 games and I'm terrible, so I have no idea what you're talking about. If that's related to the game.
So we don't know.
I really liked Titanfall 2, and that's like in the same universe, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm just really bad at Apex.
So I did not set any kind of timer because I forgot. So I'll pull that up. And guys, if you want to buy it, it's $20. Tell us in the comments, and we'll get you that print.
We will get you that bid, and while Chris officially sets our timer.
I'm working on it. Yeah, sorry guys. We'll bring
Chris,
that down.
you had one job.
I know, right? And I didn't even do that one. It's the worst.
I'm kidding. But yeah, this is an 11 by 14 print. So it's poster size a little bit smaller. And so anybody, whether you like to play Apex or you just want to get it if you want to get it for somebody who likes to play Apex or likes to play video games at the very least. Definitely jump at this. Starting bid's $20. So
this is also a great time to remind you guys to visit his social media on Instagram and to realize that you too can commission art from Alex and have an original that may or may not be turned into a print. So as he did for a friend of his, if there's something you're really into and you want a piece of original art and you don't want to go to Target and buy something made in a factory and wherever.
Just allow yourself 1 to 20 months to get it.
Yeah, I mean,
depending on where I'm at in life at the time.
It's not like he's completely very buried in college and 3 jobs. He's totally has tons of free time, right?
I mean, I love doing commissions. It forces me to better myself and try harder and do new things. So I love it.
There, you heard it here. And I want you to repeat that back to him when he says it's going to be 20 months.
I thought you wanted to better yourself.
Yes.
I do want to better myself in 20 months.
So it did not sell. Let's move on to the next item and let's talk more about Alex's art.
Okay.
And our auction, which we are now way over a year. We said that last visit before Cornstalk, we were about a year in, which was started right at the end of March in 2020 after the shutdown.
Yep.
And we moved in here June 1st. And we have missed quite a few weeks here and there, of course, with holidays and moving and trips and Cornstalk and
just not wanting to do it.
And just sometimes, every once in a while, we just don't want to, guys. But we've had a great time. We've had some wonderful artists on here, and it's just been a blast.
Artists, musicians, weirdos that we all love. I don't know. I couldn't think of a third thing.
Weirdos are probably my favorite.
But
not gonna lie.
Goblins.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this next piece is a piece that we've had on the show before.
Yeah. It's been a while.
This is Clementine, and this is based off of Walking Dead, isn't it?
Yeah, a video game I've actually played and can say I'm a fan of. So yeah.
So there you go, guys. Walking Dead fans. If you yourself are not a fan, you definitely know someone who is, because that is a pop culture phenomena. And this could mean a great deal to the Walking Dead fan in your life. Yes.
I have watched one episode of that show, and it was in the 2nd season, and I had no idea what was going on. And then I realized, this is one of those shows where you have to watch it from the beginning. And then I never did. So,
that's fair. I didn't watch what's the dragon one? I didn't watch that one either.
Oh, Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, didn't watch any of that. Watched about 2 years of The Walking Dead and then gave up on that. You quickly learn that it's not the zombies that are the bad guys, right? It's not the walkers. It's humans. Humans are always the bad guy. And that is the theme of The Walking Dead.
Pretty much, yeah.
Then you learn that the real Walking Dead were the friends we made along the way.
Yes!
I mean, honestly,
that will
that's
definitely
pretty
kill
much
you.
what they're going for there, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
pretty much it. Yes. And that's perfectly fine. We got 30 seconds left on this one, you guys. We'd like to hear some nice comments in the comments, if you have any.
The old Chatteroony.
keep our chat busy and going on, and talk about your favorite Walking Dead episode or character.
This is honestly one of my favorite pieces of yours, Alex. Is a lot of it is because of the shading. I like you can see. Of course, I'm using my gavel, but you can see you can see her shadow behind her. So it's like I think that's a female. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to assume gender.
That's it.
But it's like she's obviously standing like against a wall, and you can see her shadow and everything. So it's a nice 3D.
That was actually like a last minute addition because the original colored pencil drawing that I made for it, I got that for my friend's birthday. I made it for him while I was sick, and then I wanted to make prints of it. And after I looked at it, I was like, I should just add some shadow to that. So I just digitally added that, and I think it really brought it out.
Yeah,
it really did.
I agree
Completely.
Yeah. That was a nice touch.
So the prints look better than the original. So think about that.
That is. And then also makes the original even more original.
True.
Because there isn't anything like it in the world. So
all right.
Think about for those commissions, you guys.
They
all right, what do we got
come
next?
In a nice fancy plastic sleeve.
Ooh.
That's a new addition to what I'm doing. So
Next one.
All right, so the next one is also an old one. This is actually I want to say this is one of the first ones that was put in the show.
And
it has my favorite title. This one is Flowers Where Your Face Should Be.
right to the point.
I think this is the first one we ever showed.
One of them anyway.
One of the first ones.
At least the
first or second.
yeah.
Auction. Fantastic piece. We've sold this a couple of times, at least once,
Probably.
maybe
I have
twice.
inverted ones too.
And
So.
then apparently there's an inverted one
I
I have
think
not
so.
yet
Is it-
seen.
is it-
so,
maybe not.
Is it called Face Where Your Flowers Should Be?
No, it's just version 2.
version 2.
Also straight to the point.
Very minimalistic. You gotta love the black and white. Fantastic piece for anyone's modern home decor because it will go with anything and any
True.
color pattern
True.
and any kind of matting. So if you have a specific color thing going on in your living room, but you still want this piece, you just add the mat to match your decor.
Yeah. And this one this one's also 11 by 14, but this one is starting off at $15.
It's heck of a deal, guys.
Discounted rate.
Yeah.
Because I believe this is an early piece, and that's why. So as his art gets better, and the cost of printing goes up, as all things do, as everything has.
Yay, inflation.
Still comes
inflation.
with the sleeve, though. I still add
Still
that.
get the sleeve.
So
$15. So he's really giving you a deal on this one, and again, a great gift. If you are following along at home and you have not yet liked his Instagram page, this is your opportunity to do so.
Gavel of social media.
Indeed. And I posted today that July 9th, I'm going to have the bunker open to the public, and you can come and buy some art from Alex on that day.
or
From
any
me,
of the
for
other
Alex.
wonderful-
But yes. Or other people's beautiful art.
Whose
So,
stickers are those?
mine.
You made those?
Excuse
No.
me.
Didn't make any of them.
Oh.
They were donated to us to sell.
They're very cool.
So I am selling You can't see them, folks, at home, but over here is a large rack of stickers.
Sorry to derail
A
the show.
huge bowl. That bowl is full too.
It is a
I'm
huge
gonna have to look through
rack.
There's a
those.
lot of stacks. It's a
Yeah.
bigger rack even than I have. It's
Racks
a
on
big
racks
rack.
on racks.
Okay, so we're gonna move on and not talk about my rack. All right, next.
I don't know where to go from here. Okay. Anyway, so we have a new piece.
Okay.
We have. So a while back, we sold a piece by Alex called Marlboro, which was all cigarettes, and this is like that, but with
Not cigarettes.
with a different substance. This is The Hand That Weeds. I love that title, by the
Thank
way.
you. I figured you would. I thought of that while I was writing.
I'm a big
With you in mind.
I'm a big fan of puns, so I saw that, I'm like, yes. But this is an 8x10 piece, size piece, and we're starting off at $20. This one's brand new. We have not sold it on the show before.
We have sold 2 copies in the bunker. Our friends Caleb and Angie bought the first one, and then the framed one I bought directly from Alex. He brought it into the building. I took it out of his hand. I handed him money, and I said, "This is mine now, and I'm going to hang it on the wall." And then he was like, "Sweet." And then we didn't put it in the auction because we sold both the copies he brought us. And then promptly 2 days later, our mutual friend Zach Church stopped by, and he said, "I'm going to need to have this." And I said, "Well, I bought it. It's mine." And he's like, "Okay, how much?" And I said, $30. And I made him pay me $30. So I made $5 on it.
There you go.
So I need a new one. And on that note, if you all don't purchase The Hand That Weeds, I am going to bid on this item. So we are going to sell this item one way or another, my friends at home, because I sold mine to church. And I told them I could get a new one, and then I didn't. And I even have a place for it on the wall. So, guys, you have 39 seconds.
I was wondering where that went, because I knew you bought it and you put it somewhere.
I put it on that little table, and I was going to
right.
hang it behind the guitar because we took a bass off the wall for Danny Little. Danny Little had donated his bass, and then we drilled holes through it and hung it on the wall, and then Danny needed his bass back. So we took it off the wall, and now he has a holy bass.
I didn't even realize.
Hi, Danny. If you're at home watching, we love you.
It's perfect for Sunday.
And and so I measured out that frame, and it'll fit perfectly. It's a 3/4 bass.
Perfect little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a little tiny bass, too. For little Danny.
Yeah. I get you.
Good times. Are you watching, Danny? If you are, I want comments right here, right now. Caleb says, "I love mine. It is hanging right above my TV."
I didn't even realize the other one sold. That's awesome. I'm glad you like it.
It was gone in like 2 minutes after
Cool.
that.
I'll have to drop off another one for you.
Yep, clearly.
Yeah.
So, I'm buying it. So we can put sold on that bad boy and move on to the next item. Yay, me!
Thank you.
Yay!
I'd prefer to issue the gavel if one of y'all bought it, but
it is better.
But Chris is acceptable.
I mean, it's sold either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by acceptable. Like,
I have it in my car. So
it's still
I'll
money
get it.
changing
Don't
hands.
We'll do that. And then on that note, let's talk about the gavel, because we love the gavel story. Yay!
Okay, so it's been a while since I've told the gavel story.
I know. We haven't got to use the gavel for a while.
Yeah. So, okay. So if anybody that's been following us since the beginning should know about the gavel. But if you have not, if you are new to the market, the gavel has an interesting story. So when we started doing this, I ran the very first arts market. We tried to simulcast between YouTube and Facebook,
At the same
and
time.
it was a train wreck of
So confusing.
It was like of massive proportions, just the worst thing I've ever done.
The lag was unbelievable.
Yeah.
We were trying to monitor the other sources from a different location and communicate with him via phone, but the lag between YouTube and Facebook was a couple minutes, like longer than we were giving per item. The lag was even longer than that.
Yeah,
it
that was
awful.
that was not something that we took into account beforehand.
It was not.
But anyway, so Chris and I did the next one together, like from the old Spicoli's building.
Yep.
Like got a laptop, ran it that way, and it went better. But over the course of a couple different times, I kept telling Chris, like, if we're going to be doing this auction style, I feel like I need a gavel. Like, one of us at least needs a gavel, and I think it should be me. And she's like, you know what, Zach? If you want a gavel, you'll get a gavel.
I'll get you a gavel.
I'll get you one.
I'll get one on Amazon. That's what I do.
She never got me
gavel.
one. Like, I reminded her like
Weeks
3
went
times.
by. There were no gavel.
And
we moved into this building. Forgot the gavel.
So I finally said, you know what? Fuck it. And I bought my own. So now I have a damn gavel, and I'm happy with it.
The good news is that it's not a super expensive gavel, and it's starting to fall apart. So one of these days, you guys have to help buy art so we can all band together and buy Zach a better gavel.
Yeah.
Yay.
This thing was like less than
This
thing is like less than $20, but yeah.
It looks really cool, doesn't it? It looks like court TV.
Yeah. So I now have the gavel, and it becomes the gavel of a lot of different things. But my favorite thing to use it for is when we sell something.
Yes.
But otherwise, I just, if we don't sell anything or, things just get wonky, I just, it's the gavel of disappointment.
We don't want that.
We don't. So you guys are going to buy this next item. Let's throw it up and give Zach a reason to use the gavel properly, my friends, for happy things.
So this next piece, I think this one's sold a couple different times, if I'm not mistaken. But we have Vader. Vader's in the house.
Oh, it has at least once.
At
Once,
least
at least
once,
once, maybe twice.
I know
Jen's got one.
Yep. That's the one I was thinking of.
Jen
At
definitely
least
has
that
one. Cast a concrete gavel, Lewis says. I think that would make a mess. I don't think you realize, Lewis, what happened.
Yay, got
It kind of. We'll talk about that another day, but we're not going to make a gavel. Not today, anyway. Cayenne also says cast a concrete gavel. I really like the idea.
The idea comes from a good place.
It does.
But I do not expect the execution to go off well.
Maybe one for looks. It doesn't work.
Especially with how hard I hit shit.
Yeah.
I was like, we sold something. Just explodes.
Pretty much.
I'm surprised
guys,
this thing has lasted as long.
Me too. Okay, guys, it's only $20, and this is amazing. And you get the plastic sleeve, like we talked about.
Man, the sleeve
this
is cool.
really should be raised in price. So, since I'm a person of great advice, I'm going to tell Alex that this is the last time we're selling this for $20, because it's so cool.
I think.
I think I did lower the price.
So
on
let's.
This one.
He lowered the price on this one. Come on, guys, $20.
Because this was one of the ones that you had me adjust.
Yeah, because this is a really, really, really cool piece.
Yeah.
Any one of you who love Star Wars, or any of your friends who love Star Wars, or anyone who just makes dark side jokes.
Or if you just like looking at dudes in weird helmets.
Or you get turned on by his weird, hard breathing. Whichever. All the above. Hang in your bedroom.
Do people?
Yeah, they do.
Is there something you need to tell us, Chris?
Yeah. I like the dark side, is all I'm saying.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I have always wanted the ability to choke someone from across the room. Like,
okay,
that
that's
really
reasonable.
seems
Yeah,
powerful.
that is very reasonable. Yes. But there's the beep of doom. We have
Oh, I'm sad that you have not seen it in your hearts to give us $20 for Alex. So we will move on to the next one.
But, all right. Well, anybody who doesn't bid on this is a real disc head. That was lame.
I like that. That's good.
But yeah, we have. I say that because our next piece is Mr. Dischead.
And we have a copy here in the bunker.
It will be in a sleeve. I have one for it.
But this one is ready to go. And you can swing by it, pick it up, and it's only $20.
If I'm not mistaken,
really cool.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't the original one actually have a disc glued
Attached
to it
to
or
it?
something?
Yeah, and the one that I sold that was also a print technically. It was just a blown up print, and then I redid the disc and placed that on. Same with the cassette one.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Has
I
an
have the
actual
originals, the originals
Okay.
at my house. But yeah, so they were like hybrid, semi-print, semi-original.
Multimedia.
But those are
very,
really
very cool.
hard to print to the right size to make a disc fit on it because computers are hard. And printing is a challenge, and they're really expensive to print bigger than this big.
I just
It really
noticed,
goes up in price. It's crazy.
I just noticed Lewis's comment. Lewis, if I get a better gavel than this, I will name it Mjolnir just for you.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm with that. I also saw that comment and didn't know how to pronounce that word, Lewis, so leave it to Zach.
That is the name of Thor's hammer.
Yay! I thought I was nerdy, but I'm not nerdy enough to know that.
Yay.
I do like it, though.
But anyway,
this is really cool, you guys. This is such a great example of exactly what we're trying to do with the arts market and with the bunker in general. A combination of art and music. That spot where the fans and the musicians come together in their appreciation of all things cooler than our day-to-day lives. And this art is all those things. This art is that fan moment from when you couldn't wait to get off work when you were a teenager or a young person and get back to your music. When you're in your car and you throw that new CD and you just picked up, it came in the mail or whatever. It really brings that all together, guys. I just think that this is exactly why we do what we do. So, fans, bye.
I also just think this one's really, really fun.
Yeah.
It's like the color choices are really cool. The entire concept is really fun, and it just kind of pops off the wall.
That's
And
correct.
So everything that Chris said is extremely true, but like for me especially, it's just fun.
It's just a really fun piece. Yeah. And I mean, you're going to get comments on it. One of the great things about hanging art in your home or your office or wherever you put your art is that people stop and they go, "Hey!" and then you can have a talk about it.
Yeah.
And you can kind of really get to know who your guests are when they come through and they stop by this wonderful purple and fun piece, guys. So, buy it. And even if you don't, after this show, we are going to be listening to Noise from the Garage on Rock 108. We want you to do that as well.
Yep.
And we need more artists for our show. We will not be here next week. It's Father's Day. We always take the holidays off. Neither Zach or I have our father with us anymore, so we will not be participating in art. Maybe we'll pour concrete. We'll do some concrete. But we won't be doing this. We will be back. We need more artists. Tell your friends. Tell your art friends. Make some art. Do all those things.
Yeah. Our messages, our DMs are open.
Yes.
So if you are interested, if you make art and are interested in being our featured artist, because with Arts Market, with our new revamped setting, we are now mainly focusing on one artist per show. But that also is open to musicians. If you are a musician, local musician, and you have like a new CD coming out, or if you have like some new band merch that you want to try to push, or anything like that,
fundraiser for your new album recording that you need to do.
Yeah.
We would love to help with all that, and not only we want you to bring all that, and if you book that with us and you send the music to Zach ahead of time, we can play your music, musicians, during the show.
Yep.
So while we're making bad jokes and puns, we can also be listening to your new music in a way that you can then share with others, which is really exciting as well.
We can make that happen.
And for all of you at home who are dreaming up ideas that we haven't even thought of yet, Cayenne, you're on there. We like pie, and pie is art. And also, we sold this to Tom Weber. Hi, Tom!
What?
Tom bought it.
My
20
brother?
bucks. I guess. Is that your brother?
My brother's name is Tom Weber. I don't know if it's the same one.
Hey, Tom, are you Alex's brother? Because if you are, thank you for your purchase, sir.
Yay! I'm just gonna go ahead and go with it because we're well past the beep. So.
Yep.
Cool.
On to the next item,
Exciting.
and we have sold this item. Thank you very much, guys. And thank you for supporting
Awesome.
music and art.
Yes.
Everybody who's watching today. We've had a pretty good audience. This is one of the better attended shows in a while, so we're glad to have you guys still following along a year later. Apparently we're doing something right, Zach.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I can dig it. I can dig it a lot.
I'll make sure this goes in a sleeve.
Yep, that is your brother, Tom. Hi, hi brother
Hi, Tom. You should come visit.
Where does he live?
Des Moines.
Oh, he should come visit. We can give him a tour of the bunker.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
And a black cherry White Claw.
I think he's into that.
Yeah.
I still find it hilarious that Chris and I, the two people that work at like a place with alcohol, are the ones not drinking
Not
alcohol.
drinking at all. I might give up drinking forever. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, this has not been sitting well. And I didn't really throw cornstalk either because it was so hot and we were so busy.
Yeah, we went all over the place.
Yeah, it was a blast, but I was not drinking.
My pedometer almost blew up. It was ridiculous.
I should have done. You know, I never even thought about counting my steps.
My watch does it automatically for me.
Oh, nice.
And I think it was on Saturday. I was there same time everybody else was, so it was like 10-hour, 12-hour day, something like that. Over 16,000 steps. And by the time my feet almost fell off. It was ridiculous. But
it was an adventure.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I started officially at 8 a.m. I was at Antique Acres 8 a.m. on Wednesday morning, and I pulled my camper out of the parking lot at 8 p.m. on Tuesday night. That's when I ended.
yeah, because I remember I figured you were there about 8 a.m. because I remember waking up at like 8:30 and you had just like this like, hey Zach, do all these social media things for me really quick, and I'm like half asleep going,
Okay, later.
All right, 1 second. Let me sleep.
I'm over there sitting at Antique Acres watching them. Bring in this. Set up the tent. Bring in the stage. Put the stage together. Yeah, we had quite a few volunteers work really, really hard. So, to those of you who are following along, thank you.
Yeah.
Every one of you. It was super fun.
Y'all are awesome.
It was.
Okay. But
this item, let's talk.
Yeah, so this next piece is an older piece from the show, but it's still really cool. This is Peter Parker. As if you are familiar with, comic books, Peter Parker is the name of Spider-Man. Don't tell anyone. No, I'm kidding.
It's a secret.
Yeah, but anyway, this is a bit larger poster-sized print, and it is starting at $15.
$15 is a hell of a deal. And I don't know about any of you at home, but I loved Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh,
and
yeah.
This has very much that same feel.
They're making a sequel.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Super excited. Caleb says, my feet felt great, but I had a sick-ass whip to drive around. Thanks, Chris. You're welcome.
Yeah, I was about to.
Yeah, I was kind of jealous.
If he didn't mention, if he didn't mention the golf cart, I was gonna give him so much shit. Be like, my feet felt fine because you drove around the entire fucking time. I'm sitting here running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to take pictures and do all the other shit. It's just like I'm driving the golf cart.
Jen is trying to talk her dad into buying a golf cart so that she has one for the next time.
Love you, Caleb.
And then Danny brought his own golf cart, and then we gave the teenagers at the gate a golf cart, which actually made them work harder.
Yeah.
I really think so. They looked quite official riding around. Technically, it could have been my golf cart, but it was fun that it was their golf cart. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Lewis. Thanks for coming to Cornstalk. So glad you got to see your friends up close. That was really, really important. I don't know how many hugs I got. I forgot. But at least 3 of them, people tried to shove their thanks through my flesh and into my heart. There was definitely a whole lot of squeeze Chris as hard as possible until she knows how happy we are.
I love you too, but I can't breathe.
Thank you though.
Your thanks are about to break my spine.
It was so fun, you guys. So are you guys gonna buy this? Because if you're not, we're moving on.
Yeah, with this one, I don't have the file for it anymore. I have one print of this. I don't have the original. Maybe I do. I don't know where it's at. I haven't had it forever. I haven't seen it in a long time. So this is it. This is the last one. It won't fit in a sleeve though. But,
Caleb says be jealous, and he's right. Good point. And this is a limited only, one only, last in the universe, only $15 print. What?
Unless I
That's
ever
crazy.
find it. It'll
Unless
be
he
a
finds
long
it,
time.
but
so
maybe not.
Maybe.
This
I
one-
moved a few times, so.
This one I actually find legitimately cool because of one minute detail that you actually, I don't even know if you can see on your screen, but if you look really closely at Parker's face, he's got dots going on, which is an old, that's the old school comic illustration style.
Yes, and that's literally why I brought up the Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Because they jump back and forth in that movie between every kind of animation and comic book style, kind of ever.
Yeah.
Which is the coolest, right? Spider Noir. I mean, I was just too giddy about that.
Yeah, I
God,
love that.
Spider-Man?
That whole movie
What?
was great.
Nicolas Cage. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was great.
So
Love
good.
that movie.
So buy this piece of art, watch Into the Spider-Verse, and support the coming back of theater. Have any of you guys out there been to the theater yet since they've been reopening? How about you guys?
I have not.
I wanted to go see Scott Pilgrim for that 10th anniversary, and then the showtime they had at 7 p.m., I was all geared up to go, and then when I looked again right before leaving, they had taken that time off.
Aw.
4 p.m. was the last time, so I didn't get to go. But
That's
I
a
plan
bummer.
to go back.
And you? And not you yet? Zach?
Not yet. Not because of fear of COVID or anything. I'm vaccinated, but
Right.
It's mainly just because I don't have time. I've been working on a lot of different projects right now, and so I'm just my weekends when I get free time, it's just I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna sleep, or I'm gonna sit down on my ass on my couch and play video games or something. I don't really want to go anywhere. I think once things kind of calm down, which they should be here pretty soon, Once things kind of calm down, I do plan to go to the theater again because I like going to the movies, even by myself.
Yeah,
it's a good time.
And it's air conditioned, so when it's 92 degrees, it's like you got to put socks and shoes on because it's a little chilly in there.
When I discovered going to the theater alone, it was life changing. Because nobody does not a lot of people do that. I love it.
I loved it at your age too. This piece sold. We could go on to the next piece to keep chatting.
What?
Jen Bass has bought this piece. Thank you, Jen. We appreciate you.
Yay!
Sold. So now how many items have we sold? 3.
3 counting the one that you bought.
Yeah, we're on a roll.
Because Chris bought the weed.
I re-upped.
And
that's right, Lewis.
Your brother bought.
My brother.
And your brother bought a piece. So we're on 3 pieces.
Cool.
We're killing it.
We're 3 for like 5.
I love going to the theater. My kids and I love going to the theater. I really like the new way that you can order your seats in advance, and then you already have your seats, and even the food. You order your food in advance on the same app, you show up and it's ready to go.
I never do concessions anymore.
It's really expensive and stupid, but we do because we like it.
Oh, when I go to the theater, I don't care about money. Money doesn't exist. I just get it all excited.
We saw the Kung Fu Panda, the original.
There's more than one way to go to the theater. So.
And they were $1. The seats were $1 each, and we spent $40 on concessions.
That's so bad. I do the same.
Yeah, right? Like what? Now, it was 3 of us, and we're adult-sized people, but sure. $40, that's good. That's dinner. We could have went out to a restaurant and sat down.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, next item up.
All right, so this one is an older piece, and I bought this one. But
I very much remember. How fun.
But this one is now smaller because of printing, I assume. I think
it's
mine,
a weird... Yeah.
Mine is bigger than this, but mine also costs a little bit more than this, so...
this is a smaller... Very cool print.
Nothing wrong with that.
Very trippy. Very gonna suck you into the vortex, and only $15.
And I can tell you from experience that this one pops off the wall. This one's hanging up in my hallway, and I'll turn the corner, it's like BAM! Right there.
Cool. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah. And
awesome.
So yeah.
Yes, Addison, we do. Hi, Addison. Addison has just tuned in, and he likes our backdrop.
Yay!
Everyone else at home, pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But
it is pretty cool.
Tell Caleb and Dana next time you see them how cool they are, because I do all the time, and they want to hear it from someone besides me. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, but I can tell you that for this piece, for just as little as $15, you can make any one of your guests just go, "Oh, geez, man, that's a great painting. Where'd you get it?" Or print, whatever. I don't do a very good Morty impression. I thought
that was pretty good.
Let's just leave it.
I appreciated the effort.
I like
geez.
That was.
I love Rick and Morty. I love that show so much.
I appreciate the comedy while also thinking that Rick is just the worst person in the world.
Oh, he is.
Right.
Oh, he knows. But he knows.
Obviously, the worst. But that makes this even better. So
he's definitely not the one to idolize.
No. But Space Snake.
But he looks cool in this. He looks cool.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, it's still just. I legitimately love this
piece. Yes. For those of you who are fans, I was quite surprised when I found out that the Space Snake episode was based on real life. That one of the moon-walking astronauts who left and went outside the spaceship thought he was being chased by a space snake, for real.
Oh.
And it's in NASA history. He wasn't. It was a vapor trail. They don't have that they tell us. But if you guys want to look this up, look up Space Snake. He really did think he was chased by a space snake, and that's what that episode is based on.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Well,
right?
I kind of wish it was a space snake, because then we'd have snake jazz.
Dana says, I think he is a role model. Snake jazz. Snake jazz.
That's the whole that's like the whole subplot of.
It is.
But I'm not. Nope, that is a different piece. Never mind. I thought that was one of them.
All right. Well, for those of you guys who are lame and did not purchase the Rick and Morty, maybe it'll be here when we do our pop up, and maybe it won't. It'll be on there. Okay.
But anyway, with this next piece, we're going hard in the paint. With a memorial piece to the late great.
There's two.
Oh, so we have multiple. But yeah, it's this one. This one's Kobe. And this one's 11 by 14 piece. We have it live here in the bunker that you can see for yourself. But this one's super cool. I like the spray paint esque stuff you got going on with this one.
Yeah, this one was super fun to make.
There's a lot going on in this piece, obviously. For anyone who is a fan of Lakers or of Kobe himself, or just believes in cool pop culture references, or the tragedy that is all of 2019 and 2020, it's all of those things wrapped into one. It's really powerful in both victorious and also morbid at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah. You really nailed that part.
Thanks.
Yeah. I remember living out in the Bay Area in my 20s, and how many, when he first came on the scene and he was a young player, and how many people were just huge fans of the Lakers for the first time in a long time. Like, he really brought a lot of fan pride back to the team. Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, so this piece is 11 by 14, and it can be yours for as little as $15.
And you got 32 seconds or so. So, anything else you want to say about this piece, Alex?
No, you pretty much hit the nail on the head with it. You spoke about it better than I can, honestly.
Was this like another commission, or did you just feel like making some?
Yeah. I mean, my friend was talking to me for a long time about wanting this piece, and then events happened, and I finally told him, I was like, I will get this for you, man, like, I promise. And so then I just started working on it, and he kind of gave me he's like, I want that post, and I was like, okay, but I can do whatever I want with it. And he's like, anything, man. I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, man, I believe in you. And so that was the product of that. It was a lot.
Point of no return.
Yeah. I don't do a lot of people that kind of still look like people, so this one was a challenge. I like it.
Yeah, I dig it.
There you go, fans.
I dig this one a lot.
Here's your chance. A very special piece at a very special price. And we really appreciate every one of you following along on the show, participating in Cornstalk, participating in our bunker live streams. Everybody who went to the show up at the locker room and saw Zachary Daniels' band. I unfortunately did not make it, but I hear all my friends made it, so that's what I like to hear. And there's a bunch of other shows coming up, guys, all over the Cedar Valley, Des Moines, Iowa City. So when you hear about shows and you see that your favorite bands are playing, hit them up for tickets.
Yes.
Right before we started this show, we had one of our fellow artists and friends, Jared, who is the vocalist of Dead Silent, come by and drop off tickets for Head PE, because we are going to go to that show and we don't want to have these artists pay to play. So make sure you help them out. We may not be hosting shows every single week, but we will be either going to shows or promoting shows whenever we can.
Yep.
And on that note, make sure that you guys tune in to Noise from the Garage here shortly.
Yep, yeah, about 15 minutes exactly.
15 minutes exactly.
It just ticked over.
So, yeah.
But we're going to go ahead and move on to our next piece. This one I really like. I mean, Alex, I like most, if not all, of your pieces, but this one especially, I really like. This one is kind of a mix, like kind of a mashup of sorts. This is the Wall Flowers. This is an 11 by 14 print, and it could be yours for as little as $20. But Alex, can you tell us a little bit about this one?
It's I wanted to make a piece about Pink Floyd, so I started with the flowers and the wall, and I thought, what if a dude was holding the flowers? Or like a mysterious tied figure.
In his hands.
And so that's what I made. I'm so bad
flowers.
at talking about my own stuff. I liked when you guys kidnapped me and I was talking about other people's art.
That's always a good time.
Most of my work is the product of just nothing. I have no idea. I just start making things. I have like the smallest amount of inspiration, so I started with the rose. I wanted to make the rose, and then it reminded me of the wall, and then And then I just kind of started making it and sketching that. It always starts with like a sketch on a napkin, and then I think, what if that became an actual piece? And that's kind of where this one came from.
Hey guys,
that's about
what
it.
I heard?
Yeah, I don't know.
All of you should just start sketching on napkins right now.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I heard. So
Napkins or
do that.
restaurant receipt paper,
Yep.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Any kind of sketchbook that you carry around, anything.
Mm-hmm.
Lewis says this one is dope, and he is
Thank you.
correct. This reminds me of my first real concert when I was 16, and I saw Dark Side of the Moon at Unidome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
yeah, that would have been 1986, 7. Yeah, guys, you were not born.
I was
One
gonna
of
say
you.
that's a couple
not.
years.
I'm old,
10
so and that
years.
was a good time. I was 16. I was wearing a flannel shirt and a black T-shirt, and I probably had somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 to 10 recreational cigarettes in my pocket. I don't smoke cigarettes. And my friends and I went deep to that show. I must have had 20 or 30 of my friends and relatives at that show.
Oh wow.
That's crazy.
And then it was the Unidome. It was packed. So it had the pig like flying around like on wires over the
Oh, that's
ceiling and lasers, and it was really, really, really cool. And that show ignited a lifelong love of live music. And shortly after that, I moved out to California, and I saw 17 Grateful Dead shows and 11 Faith No More shows, and I'm now on my last Metallica show is my 8th Metallica show. And then I was joking with Carly Fox the other day that I have now exceeded all of those in rumor shows, right? Like, it's got to be
Right.
pushing 20 rumor shows. Got to be pushing 10 D-Select shows. I mean, how many times have I seen Zachary Daniels Band? I don't know. It's got to be 10, right? Got to be at least 10
At least
times.
something like that.
So, yeah, that's what we're saying is Pink Floyd was also a local original band once upon a time. And once upon a time, way before 1986, people saw Pink Floyd in small clubs. And then they became so big that Alex can make a piece of fan art that you can recognize and nail down to a certain genre and a certain generation and a certain moment and a certain mindset just by the sketching of the wall on the background, let alone the overt and blatant sexual nature of the flowers. There's just a lot of things going on in this piece. Only $20 to be able to bring yourself right back to that feeling and watch that movie again. Watch The Wall. Invite your friends over. Introduce the young next generation to music they maybe haven't heard or maybe don't appreciate because they've only heard it on the car radio on a long trip, Mm-hmm. They haven't heard it on the home stereo with all the layers that Pink Floyd really has. So this piece really does kind of iconize that Pink Floyd feeling of the nostalgia, the rebellion against the man being a plant that might kill you or eat you. I mean, there's just a lot going on here, guys. And I'd like to hear from you after you buy it.
And while all that's going on, one of the biggest things that I see when I look at this is just some guy holding 2 flowers going, "Now kiss."
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much.
That, buy it. And hang it and go, "Now kiss."
See, when you guys talk about this
crap.
stuff, it's so much easier. I don't have to say anything or come up with
Hey, so speaking of, you can have this seat, and then we too will talk nice about your art. And
Yep.
you can
it
go
feels
home with your
very good.
ego good. It's good times. All right, well, let's go on to the next item. I'm disappointed you guys did not appreciate the Pink Floyd at this level.
We are nearing the end. We have a couple pieces left, but we are I think this is
Well, we only have 9 minutes left, so
yeah. So, but this one is another fun pop culture one. This is under the same vein as the Rick and Morty one, but this is for another some entertaining but somewhat depressing, depending on how you look at it, show, BoJack Horseman, which was big on Netflix. I think it's done now, but I believe it's still on Netflix. But yeah, this one's a super fun one, and go ahead.
It's the greatest thing I've ever created.
Yeah,
Shout out to Ross Pierce for hiring me to make this so he could put it above his bar.
Oh, I love that.
Yep.
So Ross, I don't believe you're watching, but maybe you'll watch it later. Thank you for playing Cornstalk. You're a phenomenal artist and a super talented musician. You definitely kicked off an amazing set. I'm super happy that Alex became my friend separately from you. I didn't even realize you guys were roommates as Alex and I became friends. And when you commissioned this piece, I got to hear about it, and I couldn't wait to see the print. So now that we've had the print for a while, and we've sold just a couple of them, everyone should have one.
Yeah.
Is what I want to say about that.
Great in the bathroom. A lot of people do that for some reason.
So there you go. Right above the toilet.
Either above the toilet or so you can look at it while you're on the toilet.
Just
a lot
like
of people do that.
I was gonna say, like, while you're sitting there, just look up. Hey.
That's personally where I have
What's
a print
up?
of it in my spare bathroom. So
guys, that is a great deal. Only $15. We obviously have the print right here on hand, so there's no wait time. We do accept the PayPal and the Venmo, and even now Square, and of course everyone's favorite cash. And you can always hit up Alex at a later time as well, and he can get you a print if this one sells out. So we want you to buy it, and we want you to appreciate this show. If you have not yet watched this show, do what Zach said and check it out.
Yeah. BoJack Horseman, it's basically about like an anthropomorphized horse person that used to be like a big actor and is now washed up and is like an alcoholic, and it's just like about him going through his life, and it's hilarious but also very real. It's weird.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Yeah. But
it's one of my favorite shows.
But yeah, we have one here in the bunker, and we can also have Alex print one if necessary. It will come in a sleeve.
It will come in a sleeve. It sticks
sleeve.
out past the sleeve just a little bit, but it still looks pretty nice in the sleeve.
And you're gonna want to get it framed anyway. And because you want to be extra about it, you're gonna run over to Goodwill and get yourself a cheesy big ass '80s frame, and then put it in there.
Yeah.
And then now you got something.
Just put it above your fireplace.
Clearly.
So that's right, and with your own bearskin rug.
I would love to see that above the fireplace. That one I have not seen yet.
That would be, well, that's because we're all poor and we don't have fireplaces. That would be why.
That's fair.
And again, a quick reminder to go check out Alex's other work on his Instagram there.
Yes.
You don't have a Facebook page, do you?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not currently.
So yeah, just the Instagram then.
That's because he's not old and Facebook sucks. Just my opinion.
But we're going to go ahead and move on because we don't have that much time left.
Nope.
So
we're excited to hear some noise from the garage. So last one, is that right?
we have 3 more.
Well, we got to hurry up because we only got 7 minutes. Let's go.
So
7 minutes.
so this next piece is an older piece as well, but it's still a great one. This is the 11x14 print of the Joker. So anybody who's fans of the Batmans can tell people how he got those scars. Anyway, this is an 11x14 print, black and white with really cool red font like that. I like that a lot, actually. And this one's starting out at just $15. If you want to own this piece, bid on it now. I don't know why I said it that way, but I did.
I appreciate it. And this is the Heath Ledger one, right? I thought so. I haven't watched these movies, but I'm such a huge Heath Ledger fan, and that was probably one of the only, other than Robin Williams, one of the only celebrities that I was just so brokenhearted when he did pass away. What a just awful situation. There's never anything positive about those situations, but one of the things that did come about it was a law change where your pharmacies have to communicate with each other. So Heath Ledger had received prescriptions from 3 different pharmacies, and one of the pharmacies was actually in the UK. And none of these, of course, had any digital way to compare the prescriptions.
Sure.
So he ended up taking the legal and prescribed amount of 3 different prescriptions, but unfortunately they stopped his heart, and he died. So he technically did overdosed by, the fact that he died, but legally nothing he took was over the legal amount. So things changed because of that.
Yeah.
Really, really awful.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, it was it's a really strange story because he was he had taken his antidepressant, an antihistamine, and an allergy pill, and then laid down for a massage, called his massage therapist. And the massage therapist showed up and he was dead. So
That's crazy. I didn't know that
That
part.
poor massage therapist.
literally, pretty awful. And then his daughter was only 2, I think, at the time. So what a powerful and amazing piece of art to help commemorate a phenomenal actor who just really had a short life, but put out some amazing pieces that are going to stick with our generations for years and years and years to come. And what a way for you guys to kind of look into who he was as an actor and also who this character is as a person, and identify with kind of the more empathetic parts of his nature.
Yep. And also that sick-ass scene where he shoves a pencil into a dude's head.
Also that.
Love it. Gotta love it.
But yeah,
you guys didn't buy it,
seriously,
so-
Chris, watch those movies.
I will.
They're like legitimately good because some people, like some of the haters, are just like, oh, people just say he's good because he's dead now. It's like, no, it's because it's
he was a
legitimately
phenomenal
good.
My favorite actor,
one of his
so-
favorite actors.
Yeah,
All right, let's go on to the next item because we don't have very much time left, guys.
We talked about this
And
next one
next one up.
earlier, but we are on it now. This is Casey tape. This is the cousin to Mr. Diskhead.
Oh no, he's the uncle.
Or,
Uncle? There you go. Yeah, that would make more
Started
sense.
the family business.
Oh, I guess he does have a cane. Yeah.
And
something like that. I
cassettes
don't-
did come before CD-ROMs.
Fair.
So
I have a whole story for these characters. I just don't remember it anymore. But it's written
$20.
down
Your
somewhere.
brother has bought it. So that's that.
Oh,
I guess
you
we don't
can-
have to talk
well,
about
it's
this. One's
auction.
too hard.
No, we've got a bid.
unless you wanna outbid, because this is an auction. So if you want to own this piece and you want to say sorry, Tom, you can outbid Tom. Otherwise, Tom's gonna walk away with it.
Addison says, actually, he shoved his head on a pencil. He shoved the head onto the pencil.
Either way,
The way they
still-
shot that was really
it was
cool.
still
Watch the thing
brutal.
on it, but I don't remember.
It was. This piece is, going back to that weird nostalgia point I was making earlier, cassettes were definitely the love language of my childhood. Wow. Mixtapes were such a thing. Running home from school to catch certain radio shows because you knew they'd play certain music that other DJs wouldn't play because they were allowed to do that back then. I know, weird, right? Or staying up till 11 o'clock at night and calling the DJs and requesting those songs so that you could record that song beginning to end. And then say something stupid to the DJs because you're 14. Like, that was definitely like a thing. And then when I moved to California at 19, one of my carry-ons was a boombox with a double cassette player. And half of my luggage, my checked luggage, was cassettes. like I couldn't move without my cassettes. And for those of us in this world, this is it. Yeah, gotta have Diskhead's uncle, your bro says. So this is sold, guys. Unless you guys want to outbid him, this is a really, really, really cool piece. The colors are phenomenal.
It's
Well,
my favorite piece I've made, I think. Besides
I-
Bojack,
yeah.
of course.
I think that this and the Diskhead are my favorite of your 2 pieces.
I want to finish the
may I?
series.
Yes, sell it. Let's sold. Yay! Thanks, Tom, for participating all the way from
Thank
Des
you,
Moines.
Tom.
yeah, we appreciate you. And we're gonna go ahead and move on because we don't have that much longer.
No, we're at 7 o'clock.
But-
For those of you who are following along, I think we're almost done. And
This is our last piece
Yes.
of the day.
And we're and you guys are gonna listen to Noise from the Garage wherever you're at.
Yep. Just tune in if you're in Eastern Iowa. Tune in to 107.9. If you have a terrestrial radio, if you are not in the area or for some reason do not have a terrestrial radio, which is understandable right now, you can go to rock108.com and tune in wherever you are, or you can download the Rock 108 app on your smart device, like your tablet or your phone or your smart fridge, which I still want to see video of if someone has one of those, because I know they exist.
If you download the app, you can listen to it while you do other stuff.
It plays in the background.
It'll play in the background. You can scroll on Facebook or scroll around or watch TV or go outside or have a fire while you listen. And if you don't want to listen, you still want to support the show, just turn it down.
Yeah.
Like you do on Spotify for your homies.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Do that. Okay, last item, guys. I'm going to hit the button.
Yep.
And this is just exactly what you think it is.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
Marlboro. This is the cousin of the weed one that we had earlier.
Yes.
Yes, which I purchased.
But this is an 8x10 print. This is an older one, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
You have the menthol one as well, which is now Isn't the menthol?
And I have the 27s.
Yes,
It's a whole series.
The menthol one is now illegal. No, I'm kidding. Like, the art isn't, guys.
It's a relic of the
but
past.
the cigarettes are. So how cool, how cool. And guess what, guys? We're over time, and this item is sold. BJ Douglas.
Cool. Thanks, BJ.
83.
Oh, Tom just jumped up $5.
Oh, and Tom, your brother is just really trying to give you some money.
Apparently.
He's like a bro. I like it.
Does Tom
Does
owe you money? And is he
No,
like,
I think
buying
I
a
owe him
roundabout
things,
way?
if anything.
Awesome,
I'm
we love
kidding.
it. Well, this is definitely selling. This is a really cool piece, as you can see here on the table. Man, I think all of us grew up at a time when people smoked, like, right here, right? Like, 20 years ago, there'd be ashtrays on this table. There was everybody smoked everywhere, and I don't miss it.
When
I'm not gonna lie.
when I was little, everybody
enough,
when I was little, everybody in my paternal grandmother's house smoked all the time, and so I grew up around it. I never thought about it, but I remember my mom would tell me stories, and she's like, yeah, whenever we pick you up from your grandmother's, you just, like, we had to put you in the bath right away because you just reeked of smoke.
Yeah. And it's a real auction on this last item because BJ has outbid Tom at $25.
Hey, I can't. That's one thing I wanted to. That's besides the gavel. That's one thing that I wanted to be able to learn to do for this thing is like take like an auctioneer's speaking course. He's like, 25. Hey, sold.
Dude,
Sold for
practice
25 to
every day,
BJ.
man.
You could say it because our time is up. So,
And it is sold. $25.
Sweet.
Pay the lady at the front desk. And by that I mean pay through like PayPal. Message us on Facebook, or you can email us. I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to make us disappear for a second.
bye, guys.
And
you can still hear us, but
yes,
you won't be able to see us.
Yes, you should be able to hear us anyway. But you can send us direct messages to either the email or the Facebook link there on your screen. We can get you the link for payment, however you want to do that. We'll get that all sorted out. But if you are interested in being one of our artists, please send us a message through either one of those routes. We will get back to you as soon as we can, because we want you on the show.
Correct.
If you are whether you are a local physical artist or you make music or whatever, we want you here. Just like we have Alex here, and I'm going to bring us up on the full screen so that way y'all can see us again. But Alex, thank you so much for being here today.
Yes, thank you again for coming and always supporting everything we've done here.
Yes.
And being one of our artists at Cornstalk as well.
Yeah,
That was way fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. It was cool the first 2 days.
It was.
And he stayed with it the whole time. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was fun.
So, Tom, if you want to go ahead and pay your brother, you can. You don't have to kick it down through the bunker. BJ, I have that art here for you. Who was our other person? I bought one. Who was the last one?
I think it was Tom.
It was and Jen.
Jen.
And Jen's here as well.
Yes.
So I think we're good with everybody except BJ. So we'll get y'all taken care of. We look forward to having other people on, as Zach said.
Yep.
Hey, and bands. Anyone who's out there, if your whole band wants to come, look at all this room we have.
So much room.
We can have such a good time.
We have the technology. I mean, space to make
And
it,
both.
Yeah,
So-
to make it work. So, So, like I said, if you're whether you're an artist with stuff out or new stuff, especially, we love new material.
New stuff. Yeah, we get something to talk about.
Or if you are a musician or like / band and you want to promote like a new album, or you just want to promote your music, like if you have just music, it's like we could go on stuff. We could sell your band merch and just chat with you.
That's right.
We love chatting with new people, so let us know. Hit us up at the Spicoli's at gmail.com or our Facebook, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. But we need to wrap up because it's time for Noise from the Garage as of 6 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So go
Thanks,
tune
guys.
in, and we will see y'all later.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much for shopping at the Arts Market. Y'all have a great night.
Good night.
Finger guns all the time, but-